Hey, what's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to another Tuesday video, and we are going to continue on with our looks at the Marvel Crisis Protocol miniatures game. And this week, we are going to be taking a look at Cable and Domino of X-Force. And so before we continue on, as always, if you like what you're seeing and you want to support the channel, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It means a lot to me, it keeps me going, gives me that confidence, and leave those comments in the section below. Always love to hear from you on that one. So anyway, we got Cable and Domino, and I've been looking forward to this pack for quite a bit. I love the sculpt on Cable here. I think it just looks fantastic, so I am super eager to actually have this guy in my hands and see what the model is like. So, anyone who's been watching this knows that we are not going to be doing a full-on review of the in-game model or components. We're just going to be taking a look at the models, maybe do a quick rundown and thoughts of the card itself, but nothing too big or fancy. So, starting off, the instructions look pretty straightforward. Domino has, not really a lot going on there. It's going to be pretty easy to put her together. For some reason, the tactical explosion is in 3 pieces there, but whatever. Head's in 2 pieces, kind of annoying, but not too bad. A couple little bits and bobs, but otherwise not too bad. I do like the fact that she seems to be jumping or being propelled by this explosion on this platform. Kind of cool looking. We got Cable over here, who for the most part looks okay, but lots of little pouches going on with the model. So that's, they're actually optional. So optional shoulder grenades, optional pouches, lots of little projectiles hitting his shield as well. But all in all, it all lends itself to the look of the model itself. So looking forward to that. So let us crack open the cards here. I forgot to check what we have here. So we should be looking at 2 models, 2 bases, crisis card, affiliation card, stat cards, team tactics cards, and tokens. So there's actually a lot going in this one. But given that Cable is an affiliation leader, it makes sense that we are seeing a whole bunch here. All right. So let's get this out of here. So we got a couple affiliation tokens. We got some objective tokens right there. Nothing too fancy, and whatever that bullseye token is for, but I guess as we go through the cards, we'll get a better idea there. And we have the affiliation card for X-Force, if I can pick it up here. So X-Force, we are seeing Cable, Colossus, Deadpool, Domino, Sabretooth, and Wolverine, of which all of these are released as of the filming of this video, except for Colossus. We haven't seen him come out yet, but it's always nice to see that. Everyone else is already around. Deadpool, you'll be able to take a look at in another video, obviously, but very nice. We have a 14 threat crisis, which this is what, one of the secure crises, and it is a sword establishes base on Moon's blue area. So 3 consoles on a C objective map, 3 victory points per console, or controlling the most console, and you interact with it. So it's nothing we haven't really seen before, but there is an extra step here. If the player controls more consoles during the power phase than the opponent, they control the security systems in the base and may choose an enemy character. The chosen character is then pushed short. So kind of neat there. We got ourselves a couple tactics card, actually 4 tactics cards here. So we got Cat Mouse, which is an X-Force reactive. After all characters have been deployed, X-Force characters may play this card. Place this character within range 2 of its current position. So it's basically, it's a redeploy. The character cannot make more than 1 move action during its activation. Kind of neat if you really need to redeploy, if you have maybe a bad matchup across the table there. We got Dirty Work, which is an active X-Force. An allied X-Force character spends 3, mark the enemy character with the highest threat value with a target token, so that's probably that bullseye. If the marked character is dazed or KO'd this round by an allied X-Force character, all X-Force characters gain 2 power. If there's a tie for highest threat value, choose one of the tied characters. That's kind of cool. I mean, if you're going in for the kill one turn, this could actually be really kind of useful for that. Just get a little bit of boost in power. We have Warpath with my boy Colossus on there, and that is an unaffiliated reactive power card. After an attack that damaged an allied character is resolved, the damaged character may spend 1 power to play this card and advance short towards the attacking character. I love some movement shenanigans. I actually really like this card. I think that's a great one, especially for some slower moving characters. And we have a redo of you spend 3 power and all the attack and defense dice basically are being re-rolled. So yeah, so that one's a reprint. We saw that one in the core box. Very solid card. I think it's definitely one worth being considered for your deck. So taking a look at the cards here, we're going to take a look at Domino first. We got 5 health on one side, 5 on the other for 3 threat. Medium movement, 3s across the board for defense. She's got her pistols for her builder, which is 1 guaranteed power with rapid fire. We've seen that a number of times, so nothing new there. We have grenade bounce for 1 power, 4 strength, range 4, ignores line of sight, no benefit of cover, puts incinerate on the enemy, and is explosive. So enemies within range 2 will get 1 damage dealt to them. We also have Lucky Shot, which is a 3 power, 6 strength, range 3. The target character does not gain power for damage dealt by this attack, and there is a wild stun. Kind of cool. I like the effects there. And we have got probability manipulation for X power. After this character rolls attack, defense, or dodge dice, but before resolving critical steps, spend power to use the superpower for each 1 spent, 1 failure to treat as a critical for the remainder of attack. That's actually really cool. It's also come out that you can sort of bank this going forward as well. So you can pay additional power just in case you roll failures in the future rolls. So I really dig it. I think that's a really cool power. I think they've really captured her luck really well in this one. Then she has Things Tend to Go My Way. When this character is attacking or defending, enemy characters do not roll additional dice for critical results on their attack or defense rolls. So basically, actually, this is really cool because it really shows how her luck mechanic plays into the game, because those criticals are always sort of that lucky spike in damage or defense. So this is really kind of neat. I think that's a great way of really showcasing the luck factor that she has. And then we have Cable. We got 6 health on one, 7 on the other. Short movement, but he is on a big base, it looks like. 5 threat, 3s for energy and physical, 4 for mental defense. So he is a beefy boy. He's got a range 5, 5 strength builder attack with the Incinerate on a wild. That is actually kind of crazy, because Incinerate's one of those great powers that just, it means your opponent's rolling less dice for defense. And that means more power going through. So that's great. We got Askani's Sun, which is a range, it's an area 2, strength 7, 6 power. For each attack that deals damage after this attack is resolved, remove 1 damage from this character. So basically it is a regeneration style effect for damage being dealt. Really kind of neat. And because it's area, you can get a couple enemies in there. I think that is definitely appropriately costed for 6 there. I think you can do a lot of cool stuff there. So we have the Affiliation X-Force Wetworks. Each allied character may reroll 1 die in their attack rolls once per turn. Okay, not bad. We got Body Slide by 1 for 2 power. Place this character within range 2 of its current position once per turn. So we got some movement shenanigans. So that's really nice. We got Omega Level Threat, which is an X power. Spend 1 to 4 to play this, and throw an interactive terrain feature within range 3 with a size equal to or less than the power spent. And you throw it medium. Alright, I like it. You're throwing buildings around, throwing trash cans, all that sort of great stuff. And it is only once per turn as well, so save it for the big stuff. We then have Telekinetic Shield, which is a 2 power, and basically this character or allied characters within range 3, you basically get to add 2 dice to their defense rolls. So very, very nice. I think we've seen this stuff in Strange, and there's a couple other characters I think as well. But it means that he can kind of sort of defend his team there, which is really nice. Then we got the Techno-Organic Virus Suppression, 1 additional power, and he has immunity to poison. All in all, I dig the card, I love the look of it, and I'm really looking forward to taking a look at the model. Speaking of, let's get in here. Alright. So yeah, so we got a nice big base for Cable there, but we have seen many bases before. We do not need to look at another one. So we got Domino right here, and let's just see if I can focus in. And lots of detail in the model, actually. Got some really good detail on the explosions there, some good details on the torso. I really like it. It's going to have that sort of nice forward dynamic movement. I know people are getting really sick of like the tactical rocks, and they're always like posed or stepping on things. But I think this one kind of works really kind of coolly. And oh, that's the platform right there. Okay, that's the platform that she's on. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a cool model to put together. And then we have Cable right over here, and lots of little bits and bobs and doodads and everything like that. We got his energy shield, his pouches, his optional grenades. his body and torso itself, pretty solid, solid piece there. Not really a lot going on with the body, although the gun appears to be, I think that's a gun that's on his back there. And nice big cloak. I think I could do without the cloak, but you know what? Gotta have a little bit of dynamic aspects to the model itself. So I think it's going to look really solid. Well, I know it's going to look really solid once assembled, but we're gonna take a look at that in just a second as well. So we're going to get these assembled and hopefully painted up and take a further look at them. And we're back with a completed Domino and Cable models. Both of these were actually great fun to assemble, to paint. I gotta say, they've actually become some of my favorite models of the line. I've already mentioned I really, really like the Cable model. Painting them up just really reinforced that. But we're going to take a look at Domino first. And I wasn't entirely sold on Domino at first. I wasn't quite sure how I felt about the explosion and everything like that. But all in all, I actually really like it. Once I got paint on the model, started highlighting it and everything like that, I actually really came around on the model itself, and I really enjoy it. The explosion propelling her on this chunk of rock forward is really nice. It really showcases kind of that luck feature that she has there. She's just kind of got her guns drawn, ready to go. I think the whole model just really speaks to the nature of Domino and how everything is just very luck-based for her. So I really like that. She has that sort of almost a relaxed pose. If I had any complaints about the model, though, I feel that the face was a little bit too angular. Would have something a little bit... Oh, geez, zooming in, that is not a nice face. We're just going to take it back down here a little bit. The face is a little angular, and it makes for very sharp features when the rest of the model is sort of very rounded, very soft. But, I mean, that's a very minor complaint. Otherwise, the model came together really easily. There wasn't really any difficulties with it, so definitely solid work. Taking a look at Cable, the entire model, oh my goodness, this was just a joy to assemble and paint. Now, it did have a couple variations here. You could actually ditch the cloak for a gun on his back. Some of these extra pouches, like I believe the grenade straps up here, some of the extra pouches, they were extra. You didn't need to put them on, but they were given, so I used them. His kinetic shield here, these little explosive pieces were extras that could that go on. Well, I guess they weren't extras, but they were individual pieces that went onto it. And I really like the fact that on the kinetic shield, if you look closer, you can see sort of like the impact rings around it. Even down here, it took me a little while to realize that this impact ring was actually behind a little explosion that was just kind of kicked down at the base there. So this model is just, full of little details, which I just really, really liked. Honestly, Cable has become one of my favorite models to assemble and paint for this game so far. Everything about it just was so much fun to work with. So I really enjoy it. I like the defensive feel of the model. I like the fact that he has his arm up, that he's actively like raising the telekinetic shield to protect him. I like that he's got his gun back, sort of bracing against it. We got the nice bit of motion with the cloak. Everything about his pose. The fact that you can even use the model without this extra piece here, they're not modeled together. So if you didn't like the kinetic shield and you just wanted to have him when old man shakes his fist at Cloud, you could definitely do that as well. So the entire thing just came together. Really like it. I feel like this is going to become sort of a centerpiece of my Marvel Crisis Protocol collection here. So really happy with it. So anyway, that is two key members of X-Force there. Really enjoyed both of them. I think they're excellent additions to the game. Really looking forward to getting them on the table. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and of course leave your comments below. Any little support and interaction always helps. I love interacting with all you guys, and as always, happy wargaming.